Hai semua, I'm your financial girlfriend Alex. Today we're going to talk about perbezaan dana unit amanah konvensional versus Syariah. In our episode today, we have Nuaim, Manager, Product Development and Distribution of AIIMAN Asset Management Bhd. Hi Nuaim, welcome to the show.
Hi, pleasure to be here.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about perbezaan dana unit amanah konvensional versus Syariah.
Yes.
So unit amanah in general is all the same lah. So it's managed by a professional. You buy and sell by NAV, ikut the tema. So all of that is the same.
Yep.
So where we want to focus today is, can you walk us through the difference between a conventional unit trust and the Syariah unit trust? Like what are the principles or what is the idea behind Syariah unit trust?
Yeah. So the difference between a conventional and Syariah investment or perhaps unit trust, I think the conformity with regards to Syariah principle, I think you guys should know with regards to the certain Syariah principle that we have to prohibit ourselves. That is riba, which is excessive usage of interest, gara, which is uncertainty, and mesir, which is gambling. I think those are Islamic Finance 101 where we need to get rid of. And within the constituents of investing, I think there's certain criteria that we have to meet with regards to the investment itself. If you go deep into the technicalities, I think we have Syariah screening, which conforms into exclusionary screening, where exclude certain quantitative and quantitative criteria into a stock or debit, bonds or sukuk or other Syariah compliant commodities. So in a way, it's mostly exclusionary screening, and we have a third party Syariah advisor to help us with regards to those processes that we have in-house. Yeah, so the difference between the conventional one, on the other hand, it's the playing field with regards to the sandbox is bigger. You can go into a few sectors, for example gambling, into entertainments. Those are pretty much where conventional constituents reside. So I think regardless of the constituency itself, I don't perceive Syariah investment to be limited. I think there's room to grow with regards to Syariah investing. Yeah.
So if let's say the fund manager wants to buy Syariah ABC,
Yes.
and so like it will go through the screening process before it's considered like okay to buy, is it?
Yes. So basically we have a system, a tagging system, where if we were to buy a certain company, we need to ascertain whether it is a Syariah compliant or not, and we need to get the approval from a third party Syariah advisor, and we should ensure that the stocks or perhaps the bonds or the sukuk has to be Syariah compliant throughout our holdings. Yeah.
Has there ever been a case where you buy already, then suddenly the company is not Syariah compliant?
Oh yes. I think there's instances where certain stocks or bonds comes out of the constituents. I think given the consideration by the Syariah advisor, they would need to consider whether we can hold certain stock at a certain level given they are non-Syariah compliant, because certain stock can be Syariah compliant and the next time you know it will be non-Syariah compliant because a certain percentage of gearing or perhaps a certain factors that contributes to them being non-Syariah compliant. There's a few process that we need to take into consideration with regards to holding them. Yeah.
Okay, if macam like, cause I'm non-Muslim, right? So if let's say I wasn't in this industry and a unit trust consultant come and talk to me and told me all of this, I would assume that this is for like Muslims only, but I don't think that's the case, right?
No, I think you need to consider all brackets of investment, including Syariah and conventional. I mean, for the Muslim one, obviously I would suggest for you to invest in Syariah. I think that's a proclamation where you need to invest in Syariah within your certain belief. But I think for the non-Muslim, I think it's a suggested initiative where you need to consider Syariah is because certain Syariah investment has certain parameters that conventional doesn't have. So in a way, it gives us a diversification purposes. So don't put all your eggs into one basket, I would say. Yeah.
True. So for our viewers, I think most of them are probably like me. We are very new to investing. Risiko, our appetite is not very big.
Yeah.
So out of all of the AIIMAN products that we have, what would you recommend to someone that is just starting and is looking to macam start lah their investment journey in a Syariah unit trust fund?
Yeah, so my advice to people like us, I would say, I think given the circumstances that we are now, firstly you would need to know how long is your risk tolerance, how long can you ascertain that you can keep your money for the investment. For example, if I were to get married in the next 4 years, so my timeline would be 4 years. So ensure that your money are not being touched within that 4 years. Have a timeline. That's my first point. The second point is basically to ascertain your risk tolerance. Whether you ask yourself whether if I lose this money, would I go nuts, or is it okay if I lose this money partially, or I lose it all by itself? Am I bearable to the consequences that I go into? So that's the 2 points that I want to highlight for you before you go into investments. Different people have different timeline with regards to their life. So for example, I would need to get married in 5 years time. So I need to perhaps accommodate to my child, or perhaps to my parents. So have a timeline, ascertain your risk profile. So that would be my 2 advice. My personal choice would be to invest in AIIMAN Smart Invest Portfolio Group, AIIMAN Global Equity, as well as AIIMAN Income Plus. I would be heavily reliant on the bond fund. There's another fund which I adore, AIIMAN Global Thematic, but I don't have that much money, so I think I just put into at least 3 lah. To diversify your portfolio. Okay. There's no referral fee or sales charge. You can just buy. I don't get anything out of this.
So thanks, Naim, for coming to the show. We are very appreciative of you.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, guys.
Alright, so we'll see you next week for the next episode. Bye.
Bye.